The boyfriend tells the girlfriend, listen, I don't want to be with you anymore. She says, why? He goes, you argue too much. You fight, you're a little toxic, and little day you have a problem, something, we're too young. We're in our 20s, we're supposed to be having fun. She goes, well, honestly, this is me showing you that I love you. And he goes, how does that make any sense? And she goes, well, my parents, they argued every day. And this is how they showed each other that they love each other. When my parents reprehended me, they would hit me, scream at me, curse me out, and then at the end of that, give me a long speech, say, I'm only acting like this because I love you and I care for you. No, absolutely not. That's not normal. A couple is not supposed to argue every day. That's not normal. That only means that they're not compatible with each other and they're just tolerating one another. And because this economy is so cracked up to be the worst thing in the world at this point, that they have no choice than to deal with each other because he needs her financially just like she needs him financially. So they're just dealing with each other, and all they could do is show each other that they really can't stand each other by arguing every day. That's not normal. It's not normal. So you see a lot of young couples arguing every day thinking that it's cute. Oh, let me argue with him today because I want to show him that I care. Or let me get a little jealous so he could know that I care. That's not normal. A young relationship is supposed to be fun. He's supposed to say she was the best relationship I've ever been in. And she's supposed to say he's the best relationship I've ever been in. We had fun. I miss her, I miss him. And even if it don't work out because of differences or other things, or you're too young and you go off to college, whatever it is, you can remember each other by saying we have fun. It was a healthy relationship. I laughed with her. There was chemistry. I loved on her. When we kissed, there was passion. It's supposed to be very, very, very pure. You don't share bills. You don't share problems. Real life stuff, you don't share. So what are you fighting about? Where you going? Who you with? You not his mother. You not her father. So stop it. Be free with who you guys are and be your complete self. That is the only chance you get. If you want a boyfriend, I always say don't have the boyfriend early. It's too early. But if you do, make it fun and make it make sense. Because if you want a boyfriend to argue with him and imitate your toxic parents, let that person go. And for you adults who think that, you know what, if he ain't gonna be with me, he ain't gonna be with nobody else. I'ma make him stuck. He ain't going nowhere. Ha ha ha. And by doing that, I'ma tell him that if he leaves, he can't see his kids. So now he's stuck. But he's miserable. Who wants to be in any kind of relationship like that? A lot of you women do that. You hold the kids against the man and you think that that's okay, but the only thing that you do is you just bring this toxic energy into the household because he don't want to be there, and you sure do force him to be there. And guess what? Your daughter and your son is watching and they think that this is cool. So they go and they act like that in their relationship because they think it's cool because that's what they learned from mommy and daddy. And here they are. It's a trickle effect of everybody having baby mamas and baby daddy, and there's no stability, and where everything is all over the place because you started that. Because you want to be so insecure and say, well, ain't nobody having him, or vice versa, ain't nobody getting her, so I'm not letting her go nowhere. That's the same trickle effect when it comes to, you want to go ahead and like beat your son. You want to beat him up every time he acts up. And what you say, let me punch you in the chest. Boom. What? Cry now. Boom. Cry now. Now your son is beating on his wife because at the end of that conversation, he's telling his son, I'm doing this because I love you, son. I hit you because I love you, son. So now he's telling his wife, I hit you because I love you, my girl. I hit you because I want to show you that I care, because that's what the fuck I learned in one pass, and that's what I think it's okay. It's not okay. Then you wonder why that kid is always suspended from school because he's fighting in school, because he's on defense. Because he's angry at what you did and he's taking it out on everybody else. Why he can't be happy in a relationship? Because he's angry at what you did in his past and how he felt growing up, and now he's taking it out on his wife and his kids. As parents, it's more than just giving birth. You got to be there emotionally. And if you feel like emotionally abusing your kids is going to get him or her somewhere, you're only allowing someone else to do it over and over again, because he has no way of figuring out respect or no respect. He's going to allow everybody else to disrespect him and be okay with it. He can be in a toxic relationship and have a girl call him out his name because you did his whole life. You got to do better, because our kids is imitating us. And you know what? And for those adults who don't care about changing, it's what they want to do. And some people don't like to change for the better. They just stay in the same level. They don't grow as people. I'm going to tell you, young teenager, young man and young woman, that shit ain't normal. So stop imitating your parents. Be yourself and break the cycle. The cycle is done with. It's up to you to make a difference. Don't do what your parents is doing. Having a relationship and having a young relationship in your 20s, in your 18s, is supposed to be free. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be full of memories. Fighting comes when you move in together. Fighting comes, and then it's like small fights. It's not even supposed to be something heavy. It's small stuff. You see your father cheating on your mom, don't think it's okay. Don't think it's cool. It's not cool. Because it caused a lot of problems, as you saw. Don't do it. When you're not ready, you're not ready. You tell her, I'm not ready to be in a relationship. I don't think I could do this. I'm not sure. Don't string somebody along. I'm talking to all my young ones, because you know what? At this point, if your mother ain't talking to you and your father ain't talking to you, take it from me, baby.